It was brilliant. I don't say that often. I think to date he is the retrospective king because he had music, he had his voice, and he really, really thought about each piece, and he tailored each piece, and I was so impressed. So, the retrospective king, Colin Clark.
Thank you. Thanks, Liz. I'm afraid now we're back to my rubbish. And yeah, first rule of poetry: never go after Sean. Terrible. All right. Okay. So yeah, this is a little one of mine that I knocked together relatively recently, as all my stuff is knocked together recently. Okay. This one's called "In Your Dreams." You know your God exists because he spoke to you in your dreaming. White Jesus and God more Charlton Heston than Morgan Freeman. I have dreams too. Our house was overrun with squirrels. Their leader had a Che Guevara beret and a machine gun. Suddenly they all rushed for the door as a shadow appeared behind me. When I turned around there was nothing there and the shadow slowly receded. Another time I was piloting a flying motorcycle in a madcap race. Jason Ackermanis was racing alongside me on a red and white rocket, but had no way of steering, so it missed a turning balloon and vanished off to the horizon while I laughed like a Bond villain. When I was younger, I dreamed I was being chased by a giant snake, true story. It was moving quite slowly, but my legs were barely working. It was like my boots were made of lead, or like I was running through treacle. I woke just as the snake reared up to strike. Last week I dreamed we were at a party at our neighbour's house. Everyone was inside, but I was sunbaking on the lawn they don't have. Our dog Archie came from our house and sat with me smoking a cigar. The water in the bay started to rise rapidly, and we had to run upstairs, where Joan Sutherland was singing ABBA songs, while a man in a yellow suit played the ukulele, a bit too enthusiastically. Yeah. I never saw White Jesus or Charlton Heston God except on the cinema screens, but you know your God exists because he spoke to you in your dreams. Okay, just got one other one, and this one's called Kafka's Joke Book by a guy called John McNamee. I found it on the internet, as you do. It's a little bit, I've sort of trimmed it down a little bit, but why did the chicken cross the road? It had been crossing so long it could not remember, and as it stopped in the middle to look back, a car sped by, spinning it around. Disorientated, the chicken realised it could no longer tell which way it was going. It stands there still. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Thank you. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Lois asked again, more insistently. Knock knock.
Who's there?
And so it went for years. It wasn't until his deathbed Alois realised he was on the outside of the door. What's the difference between a lawyer and a catfish? Nothing, after Albert's inexplicable transformation. Every breath was agony. A horse walks into a bar. The bartender asks, "Why the long face?" "I was born into servitude, and when I die my feet will be turned into glue," replied the horse. The bartender realised he would not be getting a tip. What's black and white and red all over? The prisoners in the penal colony. The sun was especially brutal that day, and the warden had taken their roofs as punishment for an unnamed crime.